I could go over it with you. If anybody would like to see the information I found on the employees, got it here too, I'd be more than happy to share it with any of you. You all know how to get a hold of me. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker, the next speaker is Jim Fenimore. Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Jody, staff. Good to see everybody tonight. Just a couple things is, one, I really enjoyed the town hall meeting that you guys had with Jody and the mayor, with the police chief and fire chief. I thought that was great communications for the city. You guys keep it up. You got my approval on it. I imagine a lot of other people. One thing I would suggest is maybe just have one speaker coming in so that we could have some more time for questions. But other than that, good job. Great. About a month ago, I brought up about the project that got into the wetlands over off of the project for the uplands that's going down into Elk Creek. I think some of the staff or council thought maybe I paid out of my pocket to put the fence up. I walked around the construction job and picked up materials, and so it's just my labor, so nobody owes me any money for expenses. So I wanted to clarify that, okay? And then same project, I gotta give kudos to John Burke and staff. They came out, met me last week. We went over some things, and we're gonna keep an eye on the, sounds like, so we'll work together on that. So that's gonna be a work in progress. Hopefully the water will come back, because it's only about flowing about half the rate that it was. So thanks for staff for meeting myself and Hart out there. Then also there's a paving job coming up for Federal. It's going to start at 92nd and go all the way down to I-70. They're starting it. The first phase is at 92nd going to 36. I did contact CDOT, hopefully that we could get all of the median improvements done before they go in there and put the fresh asphalt down, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not, so maybe somebody will be able to come up with some answers on that, because I wasn't able to get it out of them. And then one other thing is what John brought up was the park at 73rd and Lowell. You know, there's not one plant. It's all gravel and tree trimmings. You know, it's. I talked to the people that in charge of the park, and they said that there wasn't any money in the budget to enhance that park other than any further than what it's at. So it kind of disappoints me that I hear that there was $42,000 spent on a party versus taking and improving the park. So that's what I've got. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. That was our last speaker. Thank you. That brings us to City Manager's report. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. I do have a report this evening. If I could get the next slide. While the slide's being pulled up, I'd like to thank all the speakers tonight. Thank you very much for coming and providing input to City Council and staff. That's greatly appreciated. Next slide, please. I have a few updates tonight for city updates. First is to let everybody know that April is National Language Access Month, and wanted to take the opportunity to emphasize the ongoing programs that we offer at our city libraries year-round related to language access. So at both our Irving Street and College Hill libraries, we do have offerings that run throughout the year. The first is Mango Languages, and that's an online language learning tool with over 70 languages, and that's available free to anyone with a library card. We also have books, movies, and audiobooks, as well as digital materials in other languages, as well as books and audiobooks to learn other languages. So please take advantage of those opportunities at both of our libraries. We, of course, Westminster is quite renowned for its citizenship classes, and those are weekly at Irving Street Library. Also, English conversation groups weekly at Irving Street Library. The Spanish conversation group is held virtually, and that's every week. And there's also a bilingual story time that is also weekly at our Irving Street Library. So you can go online and find access to any of these programs year-round, but I want to highlight it as part of the National Language Access Month. Next slide, please. I would also like to let everybody know, Mayor Pro Tem and City Council, that the city again has won the National Prestigious Budget Award. The city earned the Government Finance Officers Association Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for Westminster's 2025 budget, and this is the 5th consecutive year. And I would point out that it does coincide with the hiring of Mr. Larry Dorr as our Chief Financial Officer, and this is 5 years running for Mr. Dorr and our budget team in our policy and budget office. And this award demonstrates that the city's committed to the top national budgeting standards. And so again, top of the nation 5 years running. Next slide, please. By way of city update, most of you will have heard, but maybe not realized that with the announcement that the Sundance Film Festival is now moving to Boulder, Colorado, that's in 2027. That, of course, is a regional team effort, and Westminster was a significant player in that. 2027 will be the first of 10 years for that festival, which is now relocating permanently on that basis to Boulder, just up north of us. The annual impact in Utah, where it currently is estimated to be just about $13 million per year. With support from City Council, that weighed into the award and movement of that film festival to Boulder this year, and that the city and our staff is ready to support the event and position our local hotels, movie theaters, restaurants, and retailers to participate and benefit from the Sundance Film Festival moving to Boulder. So you will see more on this in Westminster. We were part of that team that put in for that, so I'll have more updates on that coming. Next slide, please. I have 2 slides on tonight's agenda. The first we've heard, and I want to thank our CASA representative to accept the proclamation designating April as Child Abuse Prevention Month. I want to highlight in our public packet, this is available in the material tonight, a progress and update report on the renovations of 3915 West 73rd Avenue and the Bark Restaurant. So anyone who didn't catch that, that is in our public packet, and that's available by way of update. Tonight we have on consent agenda 7 items, and these include 3 second readings. We also have 1 public hearing tonight, and that is the consideration of a preliminary development plan amendment for the North Huron planned unit development area. As noted earlier in the evening, the comprehensive plan amendment and consideration of a PDP amendment for the Uplands filing has been continued to happen on the night of April 14th, so 2 weeks tonight. Next slide, please. Second slide on tonight's agenda, we have items up for new business. The first of that is a first reading of a councilor's bill amending the Westminster Municipal Code regarding signs and signage in the city. The second is first reading of councilor's bill amending the Westminster Municipal Code to create a new public way contractor's license. And staff's available to answer any questions around that exciting initiative. Third up is a first reading of a councilor's bill for a proposed development assistance agreement with Maker Housing Partners for a proposed affordable housing development at Uplands. Next up is the adoption of the Parks, Recreation, and Libraries Vision Plan. And finally, on new business, discussion on support for the Save Our Skies Alliance letter to Jefferson County Commissioners. And then we do have 1 item of old business, which is passing on second reading, Councilor's Bill number 2 regarding an ordinance amending the Westminster Municipal Code for unclaimed intangible property. Next slide, please. This week, there is cancellation, so there will be no special permit and license board meeting on Wednesday evening this week, April 2nd. There is a budget town hall and infrastructure open house scheduled for Thursday, April 3rd. So that will be with City Council and staff and all members of the community who are interested in participating in that open house. And that's at City Park Recreation Center, and that will run from 5:30 p.m. On Thursday, April 3rd through to 8 p.m. that night. And then on Friday, April 4th, there is a pop-up dance and mingle event from 5 o'clock to 8 p.m. at our swim and fitness center. And of course, you can get all the information you need from our website on those events. Next slide, please. We have a meeting coming up, a study session next Monday, April 7th. That starts at 6:30 next room to the council chambers here. And that will be for information only, 4 items: 2025 Pride event and partnership opportunities, the 2024 Sustainability Plan Report. So this is an annual report out on our sustainability initiatives last year. We have official city positions taken on legislation being considered by the Colorado General Assembly. And we also have recommended updates to the City of Westminster strategic plan based on council's workshop on that plan recently. Next will be 4 presentations. The first will be 2025 City Council engagement calendar. So this is a review of all of the upcoming events that City Council wishes to provide direction and participate in throughout the rest of this year. We also have a mid-session update on the 2025 state legislative session. We have an initial 2026 budget development direction from City Council, so reviewing next steps in terms of building the 2026 budget. And then we have a Chief of Staff office budget presentation that same night. Finally, there will be an executive session that evening, which will be the discussion of a personnel matter, which is City Council's quarterly check-in for the presiding judge. Next slide, please. Finally, there will be a Westminster Economic Development Authority study session that same night, and that is a presentation regarding the potential partnership and contract between the Westminster Economic Development Authority, or WEDA, and the Westminster Chamber of Commerce, and that's for activation in downtown Westminster. Next slide, please. You can reach me at any time at the City Manager's Office, 303-658-2003, or jandrews@westminsterco.gov. And of course, follow the city on any one of our 4 social media accounts: Facebook, Instagram, X, or Nextdoor. That's all I have, Mayor.
Any questions, City Manager? Thank you for your great report. Council comments? Anyone? Councillor Carmelia?
Yes, thank you to all of our speakers. We got some really high praise this evening, and that's always noted. It's a nice shining star amongst everything else we received over the years, so thank you. I just want to say it was really an honor to be at the gala for the Hmong celebration. I got to learn a lot about the initiatives that the money is going towards, including the classes around language, because as someone who really deeply appreciates language, I think it's important to understand that the heritage is passed down through preserving the language, and there has to be a lot of effort that goes into that, as well as around the dance, and we got to hear the numbers around how much that has expanded. So I just want to say thank you for inviting us to that. It really was an honor to be there, and I'm really excited to see the efforts that you're making within our community here for the students of those classes. I want to acknowledge the several speakers that acknowledged our police force. The force received high praise, and it gives me the feeling that I've heard from the chief and the staff that I believe there's been, a bit of a cultural shift among the force, and it seems clear that it's tangible within the community. So thank you, residents, for noticing and praising them on it, and thank you to our chief and our officers for all the great work you do. I do want to acknowledge the comments made by Mr. Palmer on the budget regarding the PRL events we have. We've brought that up in the past, and as we know, this year we're doing a really extensive deep dive on our budget. So I want folks to know that we are taking all matters considering the budget very seriously. And of course, we have our open house this Thursday to bring further comments and thoughts around how we use our money and where it goes. So please attend that so we can hear from you. And I think it might be worth the breakdown of, which events break even. But I also want to acknowledge the incredible wanted to thank the CASA representative for being here. As a former foster child, the work you do does not go missed. I understand deeply how important it is, the CASA work of volunteers, and so thank you to the mayor for asking for more volunteers to step up to that job. It's an important one, and I did not have one, and I wish I had. And then I also want to give a sincere thank you and congratulations to our library's leadership. Thank you to Joel Cuthbertson and Amy Rada and the rest of our libraries team. As a city that appreciates our readers, I just want to say thank you for having that author, Shelley Reed, here in our Westminster city. It was a real honor, and it was an impressive turnout for that reading. And it's not every day that you get to attend a book signing from the author themselves, and we get to do it for free right here in Westminster because our staff do the work in bringing the authors right here and do the work in providing a book club. And that's something that I love, book clubs, and I don't have the time and energy to put it on myself. And so deeply thank you for doing this for our community. And I think it's a one-of-a-kind type of service. And you could tell with the turnout, we kept having to put more chairs up. We didn't have enough, that it's clear that the community really values it as well. And that author, she was truly inspiring. And so I'm excited to read her work, and it was an honor to have her here. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Ireland?
Thank you for all the citizens that came out tonight. I appreciate it. More the merrier for me. I like to hear from you and what you're enlighten me. Thank you for the two Hmong ladies that came and shared what they're volunteering to do. I appreciate that you volunteer and that it's not a paid position. I appreciate that people are really volunteering. Even though I don't live there, I've seen it, and I'll continue to be an advocate for you. Gary, thank you for your words. Our police are great. I know a few of them, and I really respect them. And thank you, Mr. Palmer, for enlightening me about people that do not live in our state that work for our city. That's me. Also, I think some of these events that aren't for the majority of the people are something as taxpayers. Mindful of whose money we are spending. Take spending. And I appreciate